Welcome back. A big part of celebrating the holidays often comes with some holiday cheer. Three ladies, Nikki Nicholson, Pamela Hurd, and April Russell, came together to open Paris Winery. We talked about picking the perfect wine for your celebration.
Yes.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. Tell me all about how this came together and how you three ladies came together and decided to open Paris Winery in Chattanooga.
Well, I think I'll start with that since I'm the founder. I was always thinking about having some new business in Chattanooga. I've had a business there before, and I was there visiting in August. A friend, she owns a business, and she was next door to Paris Winery, opened up a new location. And she took me next door to see the location, said it was up for sale. And I talked with the owner, and I thought it would be a great idea to do something new for Chattanooga. I want to come back home and find something that I can help my community with. So I began to talk to other friends, and they introduced me to Nikki. We was at a luncheon with some friends, and they called Nikki. Nikki came right out, and we walked around and we prayed about it. And within 2 weeks, we had signed a deal, and we started doing all the hard work. There's a lot more to go with it because it was a lot of sweat equity. That friends and family, they just volunteer their time, and they came out and they helped us just pull it all together because we didn't want to be in debt when we went into business. We wanted to own a business and be able to go in so we can help other young ladies and help the community. So that's how I got started. Then April introduced me to her best friend. I mean, not April, I'm sorry, Nikki introduced me to April. And me and April sat down and we talked, and April had the same vision coming back home and doing something for her community. And it just hit home, and we all just prayed about it. And we decided that we're a perfect team. And so we came up with Lady Naps is Lady Nikki, Lady April, and Lady Pam. And it just fit us perfect. Perfect.
Well,
That's how it
and
came
one of the
about.
things too, I think that you said this about because obviously starting a business is not easy. And
No.
it's a, like you said, the sweat, the equity, the tears, and the financial planning and the prayer that you put into it.
Yes.
So let's start by talking about now moving into Paris Winery. You all started, okay, something unique, a winery. So how does it go now when it comes to picking that perfect wine? People come in, I know, Nikki, a lot of times, and they don't exactly know what they are looking for. And that's why a lot of times people like to go to a winery so that they can taste and explore a little bit. How do you go about picking that perfect wine, especially when it comes to the holidays and this time of year?
Well, you come in, basically they come in and I ask them basically, do they like red wines, white wines, do they like sweet, do they like dry or in between, semi-sweet? And we go from there. And then I ask them about the different notes. Do they like berries? Do they like the strawberries, peaches, things like that. I'll sit them down, ask them if they like, to do a tasting, and we just play around with it until they find the one they love. But what I have come to realize is no, it's not too many people who come in and say, "Oh, I don't like this one." There's not too many people who says, "I have a favorite," because each one they taste, it gets better and better. So I'm really
Yes.
proud of that.
Yes.
And so, April, pick up a little bit and talk about just the challenges that you all face for anyone looking out here or listening and thinking about, I want to own a small business and I want to do something that's different and special for my community.
Well, it's a great question. I mean, first of all, I think every business owner is challenged right now just because of COVID, right? We're in a time where every day you're on the seat of your pants. Are we going to get shut down because of compliance issues with regards to COVID and surges in the account? And we want to be under compliance. We want to be safe. So that's a whole new element, right? That's not, that's just new to everyone just in the world of business. So just taking that into consideration is a big consideration. Then on top of that, like you said, you have the challenges of a new business. You've got three partners who are all across the U.S., all from Chattanooga, but again, we're all based different places. So the virtual communication is challenging, as well as trying to be on ground and support Nikki and support the store. obviously introducing new concepts to new markets. So when I think of wine, I think of California wine, I think of France, I think of Italian, right? You don't necessarily think of Tennessee wine. And so to introduce that new concept and to introduce what that is for is challenging, but it's so fun. It's so rewarding because we have a really good product. And when you have a good product, then the rest is helps itself. So those are some
Okay.
of the things. Again,
Yeah.
And before we run out of time, tell us about what's special for the holiday season. What suggestions or what do you have in for the holiday season?
Well, I would
ew.
love to suggest this wine right here. This is one of our favorites. This is a spiced apple wine. I don't know if you guys can see it.
We can.
It- It's infused with a cinnamon stick, and it is absolutely delicious. You guys, you can warm it in a crock pot, you can chill it, it can be room temperature. But on a cold, rainy day like it is today here in Chattanooga, it feels like a nice, comforting hug with 12% alcohol
Yeah.
for adults. Um,
And
so
we
I would,
never and let's not forget, and that one is great. We only carry that for a limited time because it's seasonal, but a red is always delicious, and we have all type of reds. We have the full body reds, we have the sweet reds, and so you cannot go wrong with the classic red wine.